Dr. Smith. And then you're Fawzia. Fawzia. Yeah, it says here that you're 5 months pregnant and you've been having some internal bleeding. Is that correct? Yeah, you got quite a bruise there, too. Would you mind lying down? I'd like to do a brief examination.
Where to, sir?
Downtown, driver.
Okay.
When was the last time you said you felt the baby move?
This morning.
How many weeks pregnant are you?
About 21 weeks.
When did the bleeding start?
This morning.
Why didn't you come to the hospital right away?
I fell down and I was unconscious. Why are you hurting? Jabbar, stop! Jabbar, stop! Doctor, I gotta talk to somebody. I need somebody to help me. I can't take it anymore.
She was running after a 3-year-old son. She tripped and fell.
Who are you?
I'm her Aunt Kulsoom.
Is this what happened, Fawzia?
Yes, doctor.
Would you excuse us for a moment? I need to talk to you for a minute, please.
Driver, how long have you been driving a taxi?
2 years?
How do you like driving a taxi?
I don't. In my country, I'm an engineer. Here, I'm driving a taxi.
What kind of engineer are you?
Electrical engineer.
I'm afraid we may not be able to save the baby. There's been a lot of bleeding. Do you know what went on here?
So, how come you can't find a job?
No Canadian experience. No job, no experience. No experience, no job.
He said this was an accident, and he's very sorry for this.
It is never an accident. It is never an accident, and he is never sorry.
How long have you been in Canada?
4 years?
Fawzia, I think that you need some help beyond what I can do for you in emergency. Now, I'm going to fix the physical part, but I want to refer you to a doctor who can help you with the rest of it, okay? Yeah, she does have internal bleeding, but it's not from a fall. Looks like she took a direct kick to the abdomen. No, the baby's dead. Yeah, Fawzia is scheduled for surgery. So, Dr. Frank, is it all right if I send her to you for depression? And I don't know, maybe you can find out if there's some kind of violence going on at home.
Sorry, Fawzia. I lost my head. I promise I'll never do that again. Please?
Husbands, men, they're the worst things on earth.
Oh no, Fawzia, you're wrong over here. Husbands are majazi khuda, gods on earth. And we should obey them, or we will go to hell. And don't you think, Fawzia, that you can marry again if you will leave him?
I don't care if I ever marry again. I don't care if I live or die. I lost my baby because of him.
I
And he
feel
said he
for
would
you.
never
Fawzia.
do it again.
I feel for you.
I can't take it anymore.
It's okay.
Can't be right. This is what God wants us from women. I want to go and ask them.
Oh no, Fawzia. Don't be crazy. This is a family matter, and that should stay in the family.
I need help. Then I will go and see the psychiatrist, Dr. Frank.
No, Jabbar is not going to like this. He's going to be very, very angry.
I don't care anymore.
Hey, you know what? I'm thinking of going back home for a while. My mother wants me to get married. She's afraid I might marry a girl here.
Last time I listened to my mother, I got stuck with a wife. And before we know it, we had a baby. All my plans of becoming an electrical engineer went down the drain. And here I am, driving a taxi.
What do you mean, stuck with a wife?
It is all my mother's fault.
I'm so happy to see you, Jabbar. I thought I never going to see you again.
I know, Mother.
You're alone over there. I want to marry someone in our family.
I know, Mother.
Fazia's alone. I want to make sure she marry a good man.
She will. She will marry a good man. I'll make sure of that.
She will be a good wife for you.
Me, Mother? But I'm not ready to get married. I have to study a lot to be an engineer.
But you are an engineer.
Not in Canada, Mother. I still have to study a lot.
She will make a good wife for you, Jabbar. Promise me. Promise me that you will marry Fazia.
I'm not ready, Mother.
Promise me. Promise me.
My husband did not want any children. His engineering career was more important to him.
It seems that you've been depressed for a long time. Was Jabbar abusive from the beginning?
No, he was very kind and affectionate. Then I got pregnant, and he changed.
How did you two get married?
It was a shock for me. I found out he married me because his mother made him promise when she was dying. I was teaching Urdu in a high school in Pakistan, and I was totally happy with my life. 2 weeks after she died, I had to marry him.
You have a little 3-year-old son. How does the situation between you and your husband affect him?
He often gets angry. He breaks his toys. He hits me. And he says, he hates me. He seems like a miniature version of his father.
It seems like both you and your son are miserable. Why do you continue to live with Jabbar?
Where else would I go? How would I support myself and my son?
You can start off by going to a women's shelter. And they would help you make some plans for your future. Do you know about these shelters? Our social worker would discuss it with you and put you in touch with a shelter.
How dare you go to see that man without asking me first? You continue to disobey me. It is true you women can't be trusted. That is why God made you women less than a man. I am your husband, and you will obey me. You are good for nothing, and you will burn in fire.
It is hell living with you. It is hell living with you.
I gave up my future for you and your son.
He's your son too.
I drive a cab because of you. And this is how you thank me? You will obey me. You will obey me.
Yes, officer. My name is Dr. Franks. I'd like to report a case of wife assault. Yes, that's what I said, wife assault.